and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting edition of Psychic Sundays Live with your host, the Queen of Booga Booga, Psychic Sally Diane. How's it going tonight, Sally?
It is going great. It's been an awesome week. I hope you don't mind. I'm going to just scoot up just a little bit, folks. Okay. And I hope I haven't knocked things out of kilter too much. First off, I have finally got my sewing room set up. We, I am so excited, and it's just about a table. The producer found an 8-foot table in one of the treasure hunts. It was along the curb, and it was wooden, and it was splintery on the top. But I took that and I put just a thin layer of batting on it and upholstery the top, and now I have a fabulous 8-foot work area. So I'm pretty excited about that. Amazing what you get out of the garbage, isn't it? And to make things even better this week, I got this lovely pink tourmaline from one of my regular clients, and she's a lovely woman, and she makes me artwork and gives me crystals as tips for the readings, and I really appreciate this. It's a lovely, lovely, lovely pink tourmaline, and thank you so much for it. I will treasure it, and it'll go in my display case with my other large crystals. And oh, look, everybody's here already. Hi, Marcy. It's so nice to see you. Lynette, Queen of Swords. Oh, Queen of Swords. That's a pick 5 question, which we will get to the pick 5. Before we get started, I want to remind everybody to subscribe so you can ask questions. Turn on your notifications, because every once in a while we do a surprise live, and you want to get your notifications so you can take part in the surprise live. Also, it really helps us if you like, and it really helps us a whole lot if you share and tell your friends about us. You know, I'd like to see our Sunday night family become a little bit bigger. Although looking at the list of names here, oh, I feel like all of our friends are here. It's so nice to see everybody tonight. So without further ado, we'll get on with the pick 5. All right. So, this is for all of you who have a crush. All of you who are wondering, is this going to go anywhere? Am I going to hear from him? Are we finally going to have a conversation? All of you who have a crush out there, this is your segment of the show. I'm going to pick 5 cards, and I want everybody to pick a card 1 through 5 for this week in your crush. Okay, there's card number 1, card number 2, card number 3, card number 4, and card number 5. So all you crushers, pick your number 1, 2, 3, or 5. You ready? Did you pick card number 1? Well, if you pick card number 1, it's this one right here. Are all the cards in the are all the cards on screen?
Yes.
All right. If you pick card number 1, then this week in your crush, you've got the Emperor. Wow. Okay. So you're definitely going to get some notice this week. With the Emperor, one of the things about the Emperor is about rules and doing things in an organized, correct fashion. So this is a week to go by the rules. This is a week to toe the line and make sure that you're well aware of boundaries. So it could be a good week, but be very careful about how you proceed. Make sure you do everything in the proper fashion. Did you pick card number 2? Well, if you pick card number 2, then this week in your crush, ooh, you've got the King of Pentacles. This tells me that, yes, you are being noticed this week. And your crush might be the strong silent type, because if you notice, he's not saying anything, but he is thinking about you. So behind the scenes, your crush is going to kind of put down a few roots this week. That's a good thing to know. Did you pick card number 3? Okay, well, if you pick card number 3, you have the Ace of Swords, but it's the Ace of Swords reversed. So the Ace of Swords is sort of a false beginning, a false start. So this week, I don't think you're going to make much progress. But having said that, whatever, I would question the truth of anything you find out this week. Because one thing about the sword, especially when it's one sword like that, there's that idea of the sword of truth. And when it's turned upside down, then there isn't truth there. So be very careful of lies this week. Did you pick card number 4? Well, if you pick card number 4, then this week in your crush, you've got the 2 of Pentacles. It's always nice to have it. It's always nice to have a choice. And this week you are going to have a choice put before you. So I think it's whether you stick around and wait for your crush or whether you move on to somebody else. But you have 2 solid choices there, and it's up to you how you want to weigh them out. Did you pick card number 5? Well, if you pick card number 5, then this week in your crush, you've got the 9 of Swords. I'm afraid this is not a good week, a good news week for your crush. I think that you're going to have some pretty heavy setbacks. It's showing sleepless nights. It's showing a lot of worry and anxiety and grief of a sort. So your crush might find somebody else this week. And I'm sorry to say that, Most times it's good news, sometimes it's bad news. And if you pick card number 5, I'm afraid the news wasn't good for you. Anyhow, thank you, everybody, for tuning in. And without hesitation, you're smiling.
I am?
Yes.
Let me try that harder then.
Ooh.
You want to do some readings?
I would love to do some readings.
All right. Okay then. Well, how we start with Queen of Swords. How does Chris feel about me?
Well, didn't we just go over that?
Well, yeah, I know, but I figured you would tell her.
Okay, so you get 1 card. You know, Queen of Swords, you know that's a this week in your crush card. But you also know a bit of sucker. Well, he definitely sees some potential around you. He thinks you guys are building towards something.
Okay, and next we have Basic Lover. Do you see me and Chris reconciling our separation?
Well, I don't know. You have to talk to the Queen of Swords about that. No, I know it's a different Chris. Or at least I hope it's a different Chris. Oh, I'll tell you something. Reconciliations in relationships, and I know I say it every week, and it's just that when there's a big enough of a problem in a relationship to cause a relationship to break apart, then a lot of the fragile foundations of the relationship have been shattered in the process. And it's just very, very seldom reconciliations work. So just to be realistic, okay? But I am going to look at it.
So guys, for everybody to know there, if we get 100 likes on this video, I'll stop Sally from giving that speech for a month.
Yes, and I will adhere to that. If we get 100 likes, I will quit. I will quit lecturing about reconciliation and what a bad idea it is for one solid month. It's a deal. So, basic lover, do you see me and Chris reconciling our separation? 3 quick cards. And what I take, you got the Ace of Cups. So you have love poured out, you have love thrown away, you have blessings lost. You know, I could see that you've cried a river over this. But you know what I'm telling you is true. You know that the underlying problems have not been resolved. And it ends up with the Nine of Swords. The Nine of Swords, you can look at it and see that it's not a good card. And it's a card of sorrow. It's a card of sorrow that you feel for somebody else. And I can see the tears here. I can see that, that you have conflict inside you. So you know the truth of what I'm saying. And it says eventually that point will be driven home. So even the cards don't think reconciliation with Chris will go well.
Well, that was for Basic Lover. Next, we have Christy.
Hi, Christy.
Am I going through a spiritual awakening? I keep seeing the numbers 1.11, 2.22, 3.33, 5.55, 666.
Well, they are kind of a master number. When you study numerology, they will say that sometimes the numbers come to you, the numbers come to you, the numbers come to you. Now 3 in a row, like 2, like 11, 22, 33, 44 are master numbers, so they would be the higher vibration. When you talk about triple numbers, I think they're still considered master numbers, but when you have 3 in a row, there's a little bit of there's a little bit of an exaggeration to it. So what I would say to you is there is a potential there, yes, and I think it's really cool that you're seeing master numbers, but I would suggest that you follow through and strengthen that with doing meditation. And if you go to my website, sallydiane.com, I actually do have an essay that I wrote on how to get started with meditation. And I would suggest that you read it and that you practice that, because seeing the numbers are one thing, follow through with it. And I think that it becomes even more powerful when instead of seeing 3 of a number, you see 2. And once you see, like 11s, 22s, 33s, 44s, and 55s, you'll be making progress. But that was a really interesting question. Thank you for asking that, Christy. Oh, hi, Queen of Swords. Oh, hello, Eva. And Eva's my longtime friend from Michigan. So nice to see her. And I'm hoping that we'll see more of Eva on YouTube. And of course, Marcy's here. Hi, Marcy. And hi, Priestess Tarot. It's good to see you. And you want a message from Spirit?
No, next we have Patricia.
Well, look right ahead of Patricia, you have High Priestess Tarot. So she asked for a spirit message first.
I don't have High Priestess Tarot at all.
Oh, really? Well, High Priestess Tarot is asking for a message from Spirit. So a message for High Priestess Tarot indeed. Happy to give it to you. And then we'll look at you, Patricia. I haven't talked to you in a while. Nice to hear from you. Okay, so the very first thing you get is the Nine of Wands. And there's the Nine of Wands, the message here is twofold. First off, it acknowledges that you've just gone through a pretty tough period. You know, you fought some pretty hard battles. And it looks like, I'm not going to say you won, but you didn't lose. And it feels like right now you're standing there, and it's kind of like you're at a place where you could stay for a while and ponder things, but you're going to have to learn to put one foot in front of the other. So that's where you are right now. Not having lost, but gotten out of the situation, fought your battles, you know, and right now you're healing your wounds, but you're standing there and, excuse me. It just looks like you're not sure. You're kind of waiting for the other shoe to drop. And there it's dropped. I want to see one more. Okay, so the message that Spirit is giving to you is take as long as you need to heal. And know that your ex is not quite done with whatever nastiness he's going to do. I think that you might have some bad news about the child support. So this is a time for you to plan. This is a time for you to plan and look ahead and think about the future. Know your ex is a little bit of a piece of work. Sorry. But it's true. Okay, Patricia, welcome back. So nice to see you, Patricia. And Patricia says, the universe is now giving me strong hints. It's time to move to North Vancouver. How long will it take me to get approved and find my own apartment? Okay, so let's look at Patricia, North Vancouver. Okay, 1, 2, and 3. Your first card is a death card, and that is a card of change. And you know, when I think about this is the rising sun, so that's the west. So that means that he is facing north. I think I have that. No, that's east, so he's facing south. Anyhow, let's not get caught up in that, because you were talking about moving to North Vancouver. Although it does say that the directions seem to be, more, maybe more toward the east. It's just kind of like they're saying, yeah, you're being moved toward change, but you're kind of forcing yourself in the wrong direction. So just relax. Tell the universe they're going to have to help you out if they're going to push you somewhere, and see and follow the breadcrumbs for a while, because the universe is bringing change your way. That's what the death card is all about. It's all about change, but it's political change, and sometimes it's not always easy change. I like to see that you have an advocate. And I see that in the King of Cups, where you have somebody who, the feeling around him is kind of a business connection. I don't see this as a love connection. I see this as a benevolent boss, a benevolent authority figure of some sort, who is there to offer you help on your journey. And it's reminding me, it's both transportation, so the physical journey, but also the educational journey. And you have the Ace of Cups reversed, which is the first negative card that you've gotten here, where it says, yeah, you are being pushed toward change. They think that you're looking in the wrong direction there, and I would have to agree. But you have somebody who's here to help you, and there's that warning of not forcing things. So yeah, you're right about being moved toward change. I'm just not sure that it's actually North Vancouver, especially when when the message is to just relax and see where, let it play out a little bit more.
Still whack or bust.
That's right.
Next we got Dragonfire.
Hi, Dragonfire.
I'm currently working on a project. How will that turn out?
Okay. Dragonfire's project. This is something big.
Ooh.
Sorry about the runes, but it just feels like this is what I need to put out for this project.
Sure.
Okay, sorry about the noise, folks.
Paper burns, stone doesn't.
Okay. Oh, change it. So this is something big because it starts out with this one that fell down, and that's Thegas. That's change. It looks like it's funny, you have people who can help you out, but on the same level, you also have people who are a real pain in the behind and detrimental to the project. So you do kind of need to be clear on who you seek help from. Yeah, don't seek help from people who aren't helpful, is basically what it says here. It does say that this is a blessing. This is a good thing. This is a good opportunity. This can get you some roots in places, in good places. This is the project just right ahead of you. Okay, it says it's I don't know how long you think you're going to be working on it, but the runes seem to think that you're going to be working through the winter and on into spring. They also say that you may have to change your location here, and you also may have to do a bit of research, because there's that change of venue, that research, that sorting out who's helpful, what's helpful, and who's not, because it feels like you might have a little bit of professional jealousy around you, and so you have to be careful not to bring in members on your team that are going to sabotage your work. But that's what the runes have to say about your project. This one right here tells us the end result, which is what you wanted to know. Okay, that is an interesting one to get. That's hail. That's disruption. How your project works out. Another aspect of this, there is an aspect of luck here, and it can work out very good. But if you get the wrong person on your team, it'll be a disaster. So the most important thing that you really need to do is to choose the right team, because there's a great deal of potential here. And if you put the right people together, then you are going to have a very fortunate lucky outcome. But one bad apple will spoil the whole thing. Okay. Thank you for tuning in, Dragonfire. Oh, wait a second. Love the crown. So do I. This is what Mary Ann wants to know. What does my higher self want me to know for the week? Thank you. Well, you know what? You know what kind of question that sounds like?
That sounds like a question for a tape recorder that you play back when you're not high anymore.
Oh, the 70s show thing. Actually, I was thinking about a pick 3 question.
You want to do a pick 3?
Well, yeah, because pick 3 is usually for the week, but I'll tell you what, Marianne, I'm going to do a pick 3, and I hope you pick 1 through 3. but I actually am going to see what your higher self wants you to know for this week. Because I like answering those kind of questions. So what does Mary Ann's higher self want her to know? And Mary Ann, your higher self wants you to know that it's not about the destination. It's always about the journey. It's always about the journey. It's always about the challenge. Not all men are going to be able to keep up with you. You've got the Knight of Cups reversed, and when I see the Knight of Cups reversed, it just gets this feeling of men behaving badly or basically not living up to their full potential. But yeah, it's all about the journey. That's what your spirit wants you to know. So, yeah, it's actually a pretty good message. All right. Oh, Cindy, congratulations. Congratulations for your new home in Florida. Joanne wants a reading for November. Oh, wait a second. I said I was going to do a pick 3.
Yes, you did.
Okay, folks. Now, this is so everybody gets a chance to have a reading. So we'll just pick 1, pick 2, or pick 3. So take a look at these cards. Think about your week and which card seems to resonate with your week. Card number 1, card number 2, or card number 3. Did you pick card number 1? Well, if you pick card number 1, then your card for this week is the 6 of Pentacles reversed. And usually when the Six of Pentacles is turned right side up, it's about things being distributed kind of little at a time. So when it's reversed like that, it can represent things being cut off, but more often than not, it talks about an opening up of opportunity. So this week, things can go either way. It's either going to go really big or nothing at all. So make sure you play your cards right this week. But it's kind of one of those weeks where you're just as well off to ask for everything you want. Because if you're going to get no, you're going to get no whether you ask for a little or a lot. So ask for as much as you want. Did you pick card number 2 for this week? Well, if you pick card number 2, then your tarot card this week is a Queen of Pentacles reversed. And the Queen of Pentacles reversed, she can be stubborn, she can be obstinate. The thing with the Pentacles people is they tend to be sedentary. And the feeling around this Queen is talking about you're going to harm yourself if you are not active this week. This is a week for you to get on your feet and get moving. If you sit down, you're going to miss out on opportunity. So it's very important that you overcome any couch potato tendencies you have this week. Get up, get active, get up a little bit earlier. Do one more push-up than you usually do. Okay, so did you pick card number 3? Well, if you pick card number 3, you have got a very competitive week. There's a lot of play, there's a lot of activity, there's a lot of back and forth. Nothing really serious, so just relax, play the game, and just enjoy the activity. Nothing really is going to come of anything this week. So enjoy the competition, join in a bit. Okay, so that was your pick 3 for this week. And who do we move on to?
Next, we have Joanne, who wants to know what she needs to know for November.
Ooh, reading for November. I think I haven't taken out the Lenormand in a long time. I think that I'm going to take out the Lenormand. Reading for November. And this lovely deck is the Maybe Lenormand. And that is by Ryan Edward. It's got 52 cards. Most Lenormand have 30 some odd cards. And I like them not only because they have all 52 of the cards, but I just like the I guess you would say the basic imagery he uses. I like the drawings. So, reading for November. November might not be your favorite month. It starts out, you're going to have to do some purging. You're going to have to sort through. And it just feels like people's situations, I think you might be a little overwhelmed right now. And so this card is saying, hey, clean out the closets, get rid of things. You know, I think the rule of thumb is if you haven't used it within 6 months, get rid of it. Unless, of course, it's damaged or something. But for the most part, stuff that you haven't used for a long time, you should just dispose of. You know, how long are you going to hold on to a 50-cent item that you haven't used for 2 years because you might use it someday? And that someday comes, spend the 50 cents, get a new one, and enjoy having the space, right? There's this idea in the middle of the month. You've got, you're dealing with personalities for sure. You're dealing with different personalities here. And it's saying that try not to expect too much of people this month. Because I think this is a month, usually when we go through a stressful time, it seems like everybody around us is stressed too. And you're going to be running across that this month, that you're not the only one that's stressed out. You have other people around you who are stressed out too. So you're going to have to remember to kind of cut them a little slack. But at the same time, don't punish yourself. And last but not least, let's talk about the snake in the grass around you toward the end of November. As you come into the Christmas season, I would be very careful. There's a female around you as you come toward the end of November that really can't be trusted. It feels like she's a friend in disguise. There's this feeling of jealousy around her, and somebody who is jealous of you is a danger to you. Okay, so be merciful to people who are stressed out, but be really careful about snake in the grass in November. Okay, so who's next?
Cindy wants to know about her month ahead for moving into their new home in Florida. FLA.
Oh, the Sunshine State.
Also, gators, snakes, skeetos, and rednecks.
And oranges.
Ooh, oranges.
Yum, yum. And great fishing. Okay, so Cindy and her Florida home. Okay. I'm going to stick with the Lenormand for a little while anyway. Oh, okay. So other than a problematic neighbor right here, yeah, if you've got a problematic neighbor, a little bit of a Karen neighbor there. So if somebody kind of strikes you a little odd, boundaries. You kind of back off a little bit. You don't want Karen to be too involved with you. It does say that you're going to settle in and you're going to be able to do some traveling and some sightseeing, because that's what that train shows me. And the key, you are really going. The only problem you have is one neighbor. That's it. The location is perfect for you. It's just the right. It's just close enough to everything that most things that you would want to see while you're down there as a day trip. And this key just says that this is something you are really going to enjoy that home. It's got some, I think it has some actual features that you haven't had before. Maybe a window in a place where you've never had a window. It's something little that you really like. A window in a certain place or a shelf in a certain place. But it bodes very, very well. So congratulations on making it to Florida, all right? You survived Georgia.
And next we have Bonita.
Hi, Bonita.
Will I start dating soon? Well, is it not up to you?
Well, you do have it. The date does take usually does take two willing partners.
Yeah, and if you're waiting for the guy, have fun waiting, right?
Let's see what Bonita and establishing a new relationship.
All right. Well,
let's see what kind of
keep my fingers crossed for you, Bonita.
Yes, let's see what kind of advice the Lenormand gives you about dating. Well, that first card is a pretty positive card. The idea of it being in the book. So something about it, it's saying that you have actually set yourself up pretty well, and so you're basically in line, if you will, for good things to happen. That's what that book tells me. That's kind of written in the cards, and it's followed up by hearth, which is home, comfort. So yes, you will start dating, and that fireplace there, the hearth, the fireplace, it kind of reads of Christmas. So I think you're going to find somebody over the Christmas season. Ooh, 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 ooh. Dating is fun, and enjoy the fun. But when you see red flags and deal breakers, run, Forrest, run. Not all relationships have to last forever. Yes. Yes, you will start dating soon. You are going to have a bit of a fun fling with a bit of a fox, which is fine. It's just with the trick with that is know to run when you see the red flags. Don't try and fix it. But it does show somebody very solid coming into your life next year. So you got a fling and then someone solid. That sounds like fun to me.
Well, alrighty, Bonita.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, hey, look at that. Now, Sonia, who thinks I skipped her, wants to know about money.
I know, Sonia worries about money.
A lot of people do.
I know, and it's
especially right now, inflation and layoffs are happening everywhere.
Yeah. No, it's it really is worrisome. It's hard not to get into the money worry thing, but the problem with getting into the money worry thing, and it's so easy when you fall a little short on your bills, all of a sudden you find yourself in this downward money worry spiral. And when you get into money worry, what you actually do is you repel money. As soon as you start doing the money worry, the flow of money just cuts off everywhere. So even if you're worried about money, try not to get into that money worry spiral. Okay, so Sonia, let's see what the cards have to say to you about money, our main unit of barter, money. Okay. Interesting. Excuse me, I'll take a little sip here.
We are not endorsed by the Weston family.
No, we are not. Okay, so the first thing that it says about you and money, it basically follows through with what I said about the money worry thing. You know, there are obstacles here, but you're not seeing beyond it. It's kind of saying you're getting so caught up on the short-term things that you're losing sight of the long-term potential. You have the key here, and this is one of the more positive cards in the deck, to have the key. And it's right next to that King of Diamonds, and the King of Diamonds feels like a boss, a good boss. And so it says that even though you're having worry in the short term, in the long term, good career opportunities are coming your way. And that is before the spring. So sometime over the winter, you are going to get a more solid job opportunity with a good boss. And that puts you in a better position money-wise. So it's saying, don't worry so much about lack of money now. Set yourself up for the future. So pick your head up and look past the now. And I know that's easier said than done. Nothing preys on us more than money worry.
Lynette wants to be friends with Dee again.
Does Dee deserve you, though? Does he deserve to be friends with you? Let's see what the cards have to say. Let's see. Can you be friends again? Dee and I be able to be friends again? Because it starts out with these two, because the first thing it says is you're dealing with a snake in the grass, and this idea of snakes, but snakes in not a good way. It's sort of like there's nothing to be gained by you as far as having a friendship with this individual. This individual just doesn't seem to have a good impact on your life. But the cards are saying a set-aside issue, that good luck is coming your way in love over the next 6 months. So I think that you need to focus more on getting a new manicure and maybe a new shade of lipstick and putting on the charm, because good luck is coming your way love-wise. As far as they're kind of yawning and saying why. Okay.
Next, we have Stardust C with a big one.
Oh, Suzanne. Oh, I'm sorry you're still sick. Oh, that is a terrible virus. Ugh. Okay, so Stardust C.
Yep.
Hi, Queen Sally. I have an important question tonight to ask. I got a new couple tenant. They said they have a job, but now a month later, nobody is working. Why are they not working? Is it mental or laziness? Oh my God. This is why we ask for references and do credit checks, etc., etc., etc. Yeah, there's a lot going on there. I don't think it's mental. I really think that they know they have a foot in the door. this right here, here's the agreement, and you have the book. So it says you've got this rental property, and it works out well for you and balances things in your life if that rental property pays off well. And you've got good fortune there. Oh, no, it's not laziness. They've done this before. They have absolutely done this before. I think there are references there. It's time for you to start doing a little research. Also, I wouldn't cut them very much slack. I'd get the eviction stuff happening right away because it's going to take you 6 months to get them out of there. Yeah, but this was a plan all along for them. They never really planned on paying rent. Okay.
And just a reminder, all readings are for
entertainment purposes only.
And we are so thoroughly entertained.
Oh, yes, we are. And if you want to see me in person, what should they do?
Clap their hands together? No. Click their heels 3 times. No, that's not it. Watch The Sound of Music backwards. Why don't you tell them?
I would be happy to. All you have to do is call the spa near the tracks at 519-272-1293 and make an appointment to have a reading with your Queen of Ooga Booga, Sally Diane. Or if you're not in Stratford, I can still read you online from anywhere in the world. Just send an email to the Queen of Ooga Booga at gmail.com.
Yep.
And of course, I do have my website where you can find out so much more information about me and about upcoming events and about what I do. And that is sallydiane.com. It's a work in progress.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Suzanne wants to know if I get some good news this week. You know, it actually sounds like if you were feeling better, it'd be good news this week. Yeah, poor Suzanne's just really fighting a horrible, horrible virus.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, you will get a message before the end of the week. That's pretty good. Yeah, I wanted to give you a little bit more details, but from what I see, like you look at this guy, this is somebody who's admiring what you do, and you've got the 3 fishes together. It just seems like they're planning and organizing, and things are coming, are coming together. And you've got the moon and the sun, so there's basically, there's basically joy, and there's also this idea of intuition as well. So they both work together for you, and it does bring a new opportunity. So you have a new opportunity coming soon. It does say that you're still a little bit foggy from the virus. Or have a bowl of chicken noodle soup, hot toddy. Keep in mind, I'm not a doctor. We use it for entertainment purposes only. But hot toddies are delicious.
Jana wants to know if there's anything she needs to know.
Okay. Aw, High Priestess, Oliver likes you. Okay. Hi, Massimo. Jana, is there anything I need to know right now? Well, let's see. Actually, I'm going to change and we'll bring out my Franciscapini tarot. You guys remember those? We see them a lot. So, Jana, anything I need to know right now? A little prankster in me wants to yell duck. You know, anything you need to know right now? Duck. He's just rolling his eyes.
I'm tired. Thinking about getting up at 5:30 in the morning.
Oh.
I know.
Aw. Okay, Jana. What does Jana need to know? What do my old friends say? You need to know that you have a message coming. You have a message coming about a potential opportunity. It might be a little bit bigger than it sounds at first. Even if you're just a little qualified for it, you should apply. The universe seems to think that that you use good judgment. It looks like you've set yourself up for the upcoming year, which is probably why you've got a little opportunity coming out. This one just feels like it's coming out of nowhere. So, and it is. It's either in a different department or a different company, but you've got an opportunity coming out of nowhere. And it says, even though it's not exactly what you think you know, even though it doesn't seem to be exactly your wheelhouse, this one says, hey, give it a try anyway. And this one is encouraging you to take advantage of any opportunities that are coming your way. Okay, so be ready to accept changes that the universe is bringing you, Jana. Okay.
Next, we have Massimo.
Hi, Massimo. It's nice to see you.
What does Massimo need to know about work?
Okay, so Massimo and work. I'm going to set those aside. You need to know that you have a good a good package of skills here. You've built yourself well, and you know it kind of says that you are more skilled and respected than you think. And then you've got the King of Cups just dead center. And the King of Cups is somebody who's kind of vain and selfish and short-sighted. And he's reversed. And it's saying that maybe you shouldn't trust the things that he's telling you. You know, he just does not seem to be somebody trustworthy. Let's see what this one says. So Massimo, it looks like you've got a very good skill set, but you've got somebody who's petty and small-minded and just greedy, selfish, all these other negative things, a very negative kind of black hole kind of person. And this is saying, then that chariot that's up ahead of you is saying that it's time for you to see yourself for what you actually are get a handle on the reins and move ahead with or without the company that you're at. Because it says that you've got a lot of respect. Your scale is in the your scale is balanced, and you've built up a good rapport and a good reputation in your industry. The opportunities that lie for you are bigger than you realize. It's just you've got somebody who's undermining your confidence a lot. So this, I keep getting reminded to look into the camera. You've got somebody around you who's undermining your confidence, and this is a time when you need to wear your confidence right on your sleeve and know that there are plenty of other places who would love to have you. So if you're not getting what you need right now, go someplace that will give you what you need, which looks to be the advice that the cards are giving you. Keep in mind, this is for entertainment purposes only.
Suzanne, I'm not sure what highlighted orange you're talking about. If it's the on-screen question that pops up, that's the program.
Okay.
Who is next? Patty C. Am I going to make my shift change okay?
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's sometimes it's rough adjusting to a new schedule. Okay, so Patty C. Not without being real grumpy. Yeah, it is going to make you grumpy. It is going to be a little stressful, but I think you're going to get through it just fine, Patty. Yeah, you will. You will. It'll take. It might take you. It might take you a month or so to get used to it. And at that point in time, yeah, to be real honest, you are going to be a bit cranky and snippy to people around you. But it feels like they understand. So it's not going to be easy, but yeah, you'll get to the point where you like it so much better. So you'll be fine. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. Okay.
Next, we have Jack Deep, who wants a general reading, which we no longer do due to time constraints. And wouldn't you know it, it's 10 o'clock.
Oh dear. Do we have a lot of people to still do?
No, just Jack Deep, who wants a general reading.
Well, Jack, I'll tell you what.
Not Jack, Jack Deep.
Oh, okay. Oh, Jack Deep. Okay, so Angel's Guidance. Okay, I'll tell you. I'll tell you what. We'll put 3 cards. What does Jack Deep need to know? Let's see what you need to know. Just kind of throw it right out there. You need to know. Okay, it starts out with the Devil reversed. So what you need to know first and foremost is you don't need to be you don't need to have your confidence undermined. The devil is not a good person. The devil is a person who will manipulate you and make you feel less than and get you stuck or trapped into his situation. Okay, when he's reversed, it says that you can get away from people like that. You can get away from situations that you feel like you're really stuck in. You're not nearly as stuck as you think you are. And you have the 2 of Cups reversed. And, this does have a loving feel to it. So it's also saying that you can love who you want to. It feels like there's maybe a forbidden love. Maybe your family doesn't approve. Maybe it just feels like there's a relationship around you that is somehow not able to come out in the open sort of thing. So you've got yourself a little soap opera here, but at the heart of it, you have two people who love each other very much. So even though you have a little bit of a forbidden love there, if you will, it's somebody that you do love very much. And here's the assurance from Temperance that within a year things will come into balance for you. So that is an angel, and that is your message that things are slowly but surely coming into balance for you. But this is a time when you really need to walk away and pull yourself loose from emotional bonds and emotional manipulation. Okay, so that is our show for the week. Thank you everyone for tuning in. As always, it's always our favorite hour of the week, isn't it?
You're asking me? You forgot. You just forgot. You had.
I know.
Like, if it's your favorite hour of the week, then why would you need to ask me?
Oh,
Wouldn't you know that?
you know, you're just begging for me to give you that's one, aren't you?
What one?
Okay, folks. It's been fun. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys again next week. Everybody have a great week. If you want a reading with me, call Spot Near the Tracks 519-272-1293. Make sure to visit my website, sallydiane.com. There's a lot of new articles up. Still needs to work on the organization. Okay. And everybody has their opinion. Okay.
Okay, good night, folks.
Good night.